Mga adlaw, kamusta? It's Ben from Ben and Cebu, coming to you from Cordoba. So I'm out here at my store getting some, bringing over some supplies and checking out the progress of what they've been doing here, which is they've put this sink here, the base for it and everything, and they're getting that up and going for me. And things are coming along. So the whole idea, is you always hear so many foreigners go, "How can I make money in the Philippines?" And they have their various ventures that they try, and usually they're putting all their eggs into one basket, and that is not never, but typically not a recipe for success. They're gonna buy a resort, they're gonna buy a restaurant, and they're gonna put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into it and end up losing their shorts. Now, what I've learned and noticed and observed my time here, and the people that I have known that have been more successful, are the ones who do a few little small things. Of course, there's exceptions to every rule, right? Of course. But in general, a good approach to making money in the Philippines is to have 2 or 3 sources of small income streams, right? So I've got my thing going on in Mindanao, and then now I have this thing. And from this, I stand to probably make, once it's rocking and rolling and up to speed, just a few $100 a month. And then from Mindanao, I stand to make just a few $100 a month. And then from my other ideas, I will also make a few $100 a month. One thing I'm gonna do with this place that might be interesting to others is this upper room here. So what I thought of is turning this room into a subscriber room. So when they come here, I'm going to put an aircon here. It's going to be Wi-Fi, lights, all that jazz. Free Wi-Fi, air conditioning. The only problem is the CR is down the stairs, and that's nothing to write home about. It's small, it's tiny. Put a door here, of course, and just a place where they can chill, wash off the jet lag, and pick my brain, for advice on what their next step should be if they have those kind of questions. So I may expand it out into here or something, I don't know, but that room there, that's my tentative plan that I've been working on to create a room here for visitors, subscribers, slash expats, potential expats that want some travel advice or whatever. Yeah. So that's an idea I have. But anyway, so you want to generate you want to be generating, a couple different streams of income. And so that's how I'm going to do it moving forward from this place. There's potential for this to make a little bit more money than that. But I'm, not forecasting, I'm forecasting on the lower end. That's what I always do. And anything extra is just gravy and unexpected kind of income. So yeah, Philippines, I've known several people that have spent $50,000 or more on businesses and just watched all their efforts, sink down the drain and go down the toilet. So something like this is low cost, low investment, and low risk. And if you can do things like that, if things fail on you, then it's not such a blow, right? It's pretty easy to recoup from that. I'm not going to be putting a lot in. In fact, most of the money I make is going back into it, so I won't even be putting any out-of-pocket money in. It'll just be whatever money I generate from it. So they're out here doing some upgrades for me. One thing I needed was a sink for washing dishes and whatnot. And I'm gonna do all my food prep around the corner at my apartment, but mostly just for washing dishes for customers, so we don't have to walk all the way back to our apartment to do it. There was no sink, so they've installed that sink there for me, and they're also currently installing a drain. So they're building this up with some cinder blocks and some rebar, and they're going to put a drain right here. The sink will drain out that wall, and then the drain will come out here out here somewhere. So I'm getting excited. The ideas are spinning around my head, and it's good. It's stimulating. Hey, don't close the door on me. Hey, you're closed? When you gonna open? But anyways, yeah, so people want to do the bar, they want to do the resort, they want to do a restaurant, something like that. And we're not talking like a simple kind of thing. They want to westernize it. I think that's a terrible approach and risky. Try things that work and don't delineate from it, and stay the course. The problem is, as everybody says, maybe not everybody, but I've said, and a few others, you open up something successful, and then next thing you know, there'll be 5 of those right next to you, all competing for the little meat that's on the bone. But what you notice, sorry, I'm out of breath. What you notice is a lot of them fail because they didn't have the business sense to begin with. They didn't have the capital to stay afloat for the hard times, and they fold. What happens a lot too is they spend all of their profit, and they don't reinvest into it so that they can buy their inventory, and it's kind of a money management thing. Well, here, it's with me and in my situation, it's different. I'll have the money through the tough times, and the people that do maybe crop up around me, they will not have the ability to stay the course. So my favorite Corindaria down there that's totally clean and healthy, since I've been here 3 years plus, almost 4 years, I've watched people open up right next to them and do a big operation, spend a bunch of money, and then just fall apart. And they stay the course. Yeah, they'll lose some customers for a little while as people are branching out and going over there, but they already know the game, and they know that the people here don't know what they're doing, and they do. They've been in the game for decades, and they're not gonna pack up and leave when times get tough. So right now, again, she's the only one there after having like multiple people try to open up and replicate what she's doing, and that's gonna happen. But the trick is to be able to stay the course and be consistent. Don't close your doors, inconsistently. Keep regular hours, keep the same stuff, and people will have the confidence and the faith that you will be there and you will provide what they want on a regular basis when they want it. So, yeah. So if you're gonna open a business in the Philippines, you can go all balls out and try it that way, or you can just do it, you know, slow and steady, and piece together a few things, and you know, once they're up and running, you might have to do the legwork at first, like I'm gonna do, but once it's up and running, I'm not gonna do it anymore. I'm gonna hire people, and you know, maybe I'll make $500 a month if I'm doing it all on my own, or maybe, you know, 6 or whatever. But after I'm done and I'm paying people, I'll be making 3. So I got 3 here, 4 here, 6 there. I can live off of $800 a month here, no problem. Anything more than that is just a lot of fun, a lot more fun. So take it slow, keep it simple, stupid, and that's my advice to how you can not go bankrupt. Not saying you're going to get rich doing it, you won't, but you can create a level of comfort and a buffer between you know, your savings and the money you put out. So keep that in mind if you're contemplating doing something like that, or if you're under retirement age. That's the way that you can go about it. So like I always say, man, you're not going to change this big old world, but what you can do is you can make this world a better place. And there's a lot of people here that need your help, and you can help a lot of people here. So focus on being positive, being kind to others, and doing the right thing in everything you do. So thanks for watching, everybody, and have a blessed day.